Yeah.
So, guys, let's start. Good morning to everyone. My name is Yasmin. I'm 21 and I live in São Paulo with my parents. I'm a hostess here on TNT, and today we'll talk about body image. So, TNT is a platform where we can come to communicate in English, Spanish, Italian, and French. We also have classes, so you can check on our website. And so let's start with you, Jefferson. Can you tell us a little bit about you?
Okay, good morning, my friends. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Ricardo. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. It's a pleasure to be here to talk today about body image impact.
Very good. Thank you so much. And you, Ricardo?
Well, nice week for everyone here on this meeting and the people that's watching us. I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente. Is the best city of Brazil, and I'm married. I have a daughter. I love watching movies and hang out with friends. And I am here again to try to learn this language, this hard language to learn.
Very good. Thank you so much, Ricardo. And I think we can start. So, the first question is, how does your body image influence your life? So, Ricardo, let's start with you.
I believe that in this certain level, anyone have influence about your own body. Well, the mankind, the history of mankind, maybe there are some people like, I don't know, Buddha, Gandhi, or Jesus is another level, certainly, but this kind of people don't have problems about your own image. But I believe that's the most part of the mortals face certain level of problem when you talk about your body image. Well, it's possible to live well. Me, for example, I would have a better body image, but it's not exactly a problem for me. As I told you on others meetings, when I have some problem about my image, or if someone don't like from my body, I used to make a call for my mother and request help to her. Okay, mommy, I'm sorry, but someone told me a ugly man, and my mother tell me, it's a lie, it's a lie. Don't trust in these people. You are the most beautiful person in this world. So, as mommy don't lie for your children, so I believe in my mother. That's it.
Yeah, I think like mothers are a good example, like of how we see
Yeah.
ourselves. Yeah, they influence it a lot in our body image. So it's something really nice what you said, that some people they don't care about their body image because they are thinking about other things. So I think sometimes we need to do this, like to think about other things and let this like body image to I don't know, maybe to think about later. And what about you, Jefferson?
I have no problem with my image, with my body image. No problem. I love my body. I have no problem with this. I think the most important thing you must have physical health, as I do today. I was in the gym. I spent almost 1 hour in the gym. I think it's very important. You must think about eating, such as eating disorders or some kind of substance you can use or other harmful behaviors. I think it's not so good. And about before physical health, you must think about your mental health. I think I have no problem with per body, as I say, per body measure about my mental health. I have no anxiety, I have no depressions, other emotional disorders. Like, oh, I have a big belly. Oh, my belly is not so good. But I think just to finish, the most important thing, you have a good health, you must to practice sports, you go to the gym, you play soccer, you walk or run, something like this, and to use your body the best way and not to think about image.
Yeah, but I think that this is something that nowadays impacts in our mental health too. Because, like, if we don't feel good with our body image, sometimes, like, we are always comparing ourselves, maybe because of the social media too. So, and talking about like things that you dislike about your physical appearance. So what aspects of your physical appearance do you really dislike? So Jefferson, let's start with you.
I'm just feel a little bit worried when I travel on vacation. So I went to Canada, and there I ate too much, I drank too much, so many things. Just walk. Sometimes I walk. I used to walk every day in Canada, even with 50 minus degrees. No problem. I used to walk. No, I have no problem with the weather. But I got a big belly. And at the end of the travel trip, my vacation, I used, oh my gosh, I need to go to the gym in Brazil. I wanted to see the sun. I spent 9 days without see the sun. And sometimes I'm very worried about this. Yeah, maybe my belly. But now it's control. I have no problem. I'm not a six-pack man. It's impossible at my age. But as I said, I think the most important thing, you think about your body, and you can do a lot of things. It's very important as export, my physical health, about my mental health, about, I think the same sexual activity. You think about this, I think it's very important about your body. And what else? About my career, sometimes the students used to say, teacher, professor, you need to think about your your belly is too big now. It's okay. I take care of my belly, but just joking with my student. I have no problem.
Yeah, but it's too sad to think that we worry about these things when we are traveling. Yeah, because it's a time to enjoy, and you worked a lot to have this trip, and now you are worried, like, because of your body. So, and I see that it's something that people worry more, like during the summer. Like when the summer is arriving, everyone goes to go to the gym. So, and what about you, Ricardo?
Well, I don't know, maybe just a little portion of hair in my head is not a horrible thing. And well, I was watching an interview. Is a plastic surgeon, and she told about there are some people that bring brought the cell phone, and oh, I would like to have this face, and sometimes is a woman that's certain age, 50 years old, and she showed a photo on Instagram, and certainly on Instagram there are a lot of filters, and the particular this person have, I don't know, 20 years old. So she would like to have an Instagram face than a woman that have around 20 years old. So is particularly impossible or something like that. But there are some professions that, oh, that's okay, I could do this thing. So I believe that first of all, it's not exactly a problem when you get some improvements in your image, real image, né? But when this thing is about your brain, is image from your brain for your imagination, is really difficult, né? Because, for example, there are some people that have look yourself in the mirror, and your this person is a skinny person, and this person look in the mirror and see a fat person. So part of this thing, I believe that is good when the person do improvement in your body. I don't know, maybe a plastic surgical. That's okay, but until certain level, because when you cross the line, your appearance became a monster, and it's not possible to reach this kind of goal, because sometimes you have to accept some circumstances from your life, because everyone gets old someday, so it's necessary to accept some circumstances of our life. That's it.
Yeah, and it's really important what you said. Like, it's okay if you want to make like a plastic surgery, but because of yourself, because you don't like, and not because like other person tell you that this is ugly or something like this. Someone made like a negative comment about you. I think you need to do this because you want and because you don't feel good. But when it's about other person, I don't think it's a good thing to do. And talking about this, about like negative comments that people make, can you remember a time when a negative comment was made about your body? What was it? Who said? And how did you feel? I think we can start this one with you, Ricardo. Do you remember something like this?
Could you repeat, please?
And if you can remember a time when a negative comment was made about your body, and how did you feel about it?
Particular men's is common. Every day, the guys tell about another. Oh, you are an ugly man. Yeah, I is jokes. Particularly in my time when I was, well, the men's that have are the same age or similar age is common. a lot of jokes. Nowadays is a little different because nowadays we called bullying, but in my time is not exist things like that. Some people accept and others not, but well, I receive these things like jokes, particularly from my close friends and family. But certainly there are some circumstances in the past that it's possible. I don't remember, but it's possible to me feel a little bad or something like that. But in that time, I just don't really matter about it and stand up and continue living. That's it.
Yeah, I think this is something really important to like don't let the negative comments affect your life. But and what about you, Jefferson?
Every day I have a lot of friends. They joke all the time. I remember yesterday we talked a lot about this. We talk about wave, and all of the soccers used to go to gyms. It's very important, but all of them worry about the wave. And now it's okay. I must to lose 2 kilos. I have no problem now. But 1 month ago, it's terrible, terrible. And we talk a lot about this. And the other interesting, like Ricardo was said, laughing here about the skin. It's terrible. You see, such as acne, scar, stretch marks. I have a lot of stretch marks now. And you see, I never saw this. I never. Look, come on. A lot of stretch marks on my skin. And it's very interesting. We talk about a lot about this. And just to end about the hair, it's common, huh?
Yeah.
Ricardo is a bold man, huh?
Yeah.
Bold in common, bold in common.
Not exactly partial bald because I have hair upside of my ear. No?
Yeah, but in slang, bold, you can be a smart guy. Huh? Maybe a smart guy, slang, you can bold man. So about the hair, we talk a lot about the hair, about the appearance of the hair. Some guys not so happy, feel unhappy with about your hair type, your texture or color or something like this. You need to put something to be more beautiful about hair. But I don't care about my hair. I never used to use something, but you have a lot of guys in soccer with that they put a lot of things your hair. So that's it.
Yeah, I think maybe like negative comments are something that affect like men and women too, because I can see that it affects like the self-esteem sometimes. And yeah, I think I received like negative comments about my hair too, but like it was something that in the past it affected me, but nowadays I don't care, as Jefferson said. So we think sometimes we need to try to don't let these things affect our life. So we can go to the next one. Do you focus more on what you dislike about your looks than on what you like? So Jefferson, let's start with you because you said like about the trip and how you felt. So tell us.
I think it's 50-50. 50-50 is like what I like it. As I said about the wave, I'm very worried about the wave, not about the valley, it's so big, something like this, but about the diseases. Man. I have no problem. I take no pills. I'm 64 years old. I take no pills, no medicine, because my whole life I'm very worried about my as weight, diabetes, something like this. And every time that I see I'm not losing weight, but I'm getting weight. I'm worried about this, and I must to take care. I must to have a balance about my food, and I think a lot about this. And about the skin condition, I think is the same. You just think about your scars, your stretch marks, something like this, because this is part of our life. Our life. We must think about this. And the hair only good shampoo and conditioner. Only I think only this. But just to finish, I think the most important thing is your mental health. You not to think about your body, but about your mental health, and not to be stressed, because you can get older too fast if you stress too much about so many things. In the case of soccer, I used to play a lot of jokes, and for me it's so amazing. You are not a good soccer. You didn't score a goal today. Come on, you were too bad today. No problem. Let's drink beer. Everything is gonna be all right.
Yeah, we were talking about this like in other conversation about like how physical exercises can impact like in our mental health. Maybe like do physical exercises not to take care of your body, but thinking about your mental health too, because this will helps a lot. So I totally agree with what you said. I think there is a balance. Like you can think about the things that you dislike and try to improve these, but you need to also think about the things that you like, and because this is important too. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, uh, that's about the question number 4 or 5. I don't.
5.
5. Well, I believe that well, as I told you, I would like to have a I would like to be a handsome man, maybe, but I believe that is not exactly a problem for me. I accept my situation. I have health, so I thank God about my health, because I never have problem about disease or something. So I prefer focus in my health than my beauty, because it's essentially is the important part that's about your health, not about your appearance. So normally I don't allow me have problems about my appearance, because when some in certain parts of my life, it depends on the day, it's normal suddenly appears a thought in your brain about your appearance, but normally I try to avoid or try to resist, and don't allow me think about it. I try to escape from these thoughts and give emphasis in my health. That's way to try to live. That's it.
Yeah, you said like, oh, I would like to be like a handsome guy. So I want to know like what is beauty for you? Because like in the past, if someone asked me this, I would say, oh, it's a blonde girl with straight hair and blue eyes. So I want to know, what is beauty for you? What do you think is beautiful? What is to be like a handsome guy?
Myself or about another a model like I could look a guy and this guy is a beautiful person, something. That's it.
Like, what do you think is beautiful? Like you said, oh, I would like to be a handsome
I
guy.
could
So
mention Jefferson because he is a very handsome person in my opinion. Or I don't know. I could mention Henry Cavill because my wife tell me about this guy. Oh, this guy is a dream. Is a very handsome person. I don't know. I used to say for my wife in downtown in my city there are a lot of people like this guy, but my wife uh, always telling about it. But that's it. But if I have to choose one, I choose Jefferson because he's one of the most handsome guys that I know.
very good, very good. And so, Jefferson, let's go to number 6. Do you attach your self-worth to your looks, like to your appearance?
Yes, I think self-worth, it's very important in your life because you must think about yourself and how can you construct self-worth? How can you relate self-worth and looks? I think you have so many ways to do this. Like, for example, good relationship, you must think about all your friends, about the social impact about your friends, good friends. I think this is part of my self-worth. And as I said about my physical health, it's very important to think about you go to the gym, about what are you eating, and not abuse of beer or wine. It's very important. I think you must to drink beer, but you must take care. It's not abuse when you drink this beer. What else? You must think, as I said, about your mental health. You must have equilibrium. You must control your anxiety. You must control, sometimes it's very common to have depression or other emotional disorders. Maybe sometimes you are not feeling good. What else? And just to finish, you must think about your career. I think it's very important. I used to say this a lot to my student. Take care about your career. Try to do your best. Try to have a good job. Try to take care of the public eye, especially today about the public eye, and try to have a certain good appearance about everything. For example, to be polite, something like this. And I think all of this is part of my self-worth.
Yeah, like sometimes we think that self-worth is just about like appearance, but it's not. It's about the people that you are accepting in your life too, like how you how you like to be loved and how you see yourself in like some aspects, as you said, like about your career, things like this. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, I don't know. I have never thought about these things. Uh, I believe that's, in my opinion, you you should accept your appearance and the not accept is not exactly a best word fit for this case, but you try to improve your appearance because it's good reflecting in your self-esteem. But in my opinion, this thing should have limits. So I believe that in the same level, you should request help. For example, searching a doctor, because your part of your appearance is about your feelings, about your way to look for this person. So in this case, it's necessary you, okay, go to the doctor about your appearance, for example, plastic surgery, or I don't know, choose a shampoo have more quality, for example, or creams or something like that. But on the other hand, it's necessary you invest money about your brain, or for example, request help to the therapist or something like that, because is self-esteem is one of the most important things in your life. So okay, invest some money in some products or movements, but the most important thing is about your self-esteem. So in this case, it's necessary you pay attention in this topic. That's it.
Yeah, very good. And really nice what you said about like to invest money in quality products, because I think this is totally related to our self-esteem too. Because sometimes we think that we deserve things that have less quality, but no, we deserve the best. So I think this is totally related. And I was like talking about this with my mother, that sometimes we buy things just to use when we have like visitors here, but it's not about that. We will wait like to someone visit us to use these things. So I think this is really important. So, and how do societal standards affect your body image? Do you feel the pressure from society to look a certain way? So we talked about these, yeah, about like social media and television, but I think it's important to talk more about it. So what do you think about it, Jefferson?
I don't care about this, because I don't care about media. I don't care about advertising. I don't care about social norms, this kind of social norms, because I feel so good the way my appearance, my appearance. It's not my desire to be a Brad Pitt, something like this. It's not my desire. I'm not to desire to be a tennis guy in my age. It's impossible. To have six-pack, it's impossible. So I must take care of my desirabilities as the way I can do. I think the most important thing in your life, you feel satisfaction about everything you do, to be comfortable, to be happy, and not to be think about the social standard. I don't care about social standard. Most of the time I used to talk with my daughters. I really, the more I see Instagram, Facebook, something like this, the more I'm far away from this kind of social media, because I think today, not today, but for a long time, is toxic. Only bad things, really, really. Most of the times I don't like. I avoid this kind of thing. And I used to say, why I must to see those societal standards. No, I'm not thinking about this. I must to think about myself, about my values, and not to think about my muscularity way.
But like as a professor, can you see like this kind of thing happening like with your students or like with your daughters too?
With my students in the past, a lot, a lot. A lot of jokes about this, but now, no, I have no problem with this. In the past, a lot of discrimination, unfortunately, about this skin and the gender too. So many jokes I remember in the past, but today it's very common. It's very common. A man declare love for other men in the classroom. It's very common. I love somebody. A woman's the same. So I think the society changed a lot for better. For better. I think you must to avoid this kind of discrimination. And about my daughters, I have one daughter that's very worried about your body, but I have two daughters. Both of them love the gym, go to the gym every day, like your father. Not like my wife, but my father I love. And I try to show to my daughters the importance to go to the gym, to think about the things they used to eat, to think about this. I think it's getting better.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think the things are getting better now that people have more information. Like people on social media talking to, oh, don't compare yourself to others because this is not the real life. So, Indio, Ricardo.
I believe that is well, I believe that is nowadays is really difficult to keep your mental health about appearance or some things about this topic. I don't know. I believe that the younger people, essentially, well, there are some old men that have the same problem, but I believe that is the most part of these people is younger, teenagers, even children's, because nowadays it's different. The people don't receive prepare about this condition. I don't tell that is the right way to form personality to avoid these things. Well, like in the past, certainly, but that's a curious thing because it's in my the people from my age and around this time, it's more difficult to find people that have problems with this topic. The most part of the people accept. So I believe that is well, is a better. There are better ways to avoid these problems. For example, go to the therapist or something like that. But it's a fact, in my opinion. It's a fact. On the people lead better when I was a child or a teenager because, well, everyone make jokes about this topic, particular about about men. And nowadays, I don't know if this topic is more shower on internet or something like that, because, well, there are some problems about appearance that wasn't problems like that when I was a child, but nowadays it's much worse. I don't know. I don't have an argument or a opinion about this topic, but it's just thoughts, and you think about it. That's it.
Yeah, I was talking like to my mother, and like she said the same thing, like that in like her generation don't think a lot about like body image because they had other things to think about, like they were or worried about like their jobs and things like this. And I think nowadays, because of the technology, how much time like we spend on our cell phone, this is something that it's something that we worry more. But and we can also talk about the relation with food, so because it's something that affects. And I want to know, Ricardo, what is your current relationship with food like?
Would you like?
Yeah, like how is your relation with food?
Food? Well, I try to eat a healthy food, but well, I believe that is normally when I have to request a deliver on my food. Normally, I take much time. The process that find a food, it takes more time than when I eat or even request. Normally, it takes an hour to arrive on your house, and normally I take 2 hours, 3 hours, try to imagine or choose a specific food. So, well, I try to avoid junk food, but sometimes I like to eat things like that have fat and some. That's it.
So you have a good relation with food, like there is a balance in your life. Sometimes you
Yeah, I
eat
try. I
healthy.
try. Not always, but I try to have a good relationship with it.
Very good. And what about you, Jefferson?
I learned a lot about the eat mindful. I think it's very important with my wife. You must to take care, to take attention, to draw attention to about everything that you eat, and use this a lot. Attention to the flavor, attention to the texture, attention to the sensation of each bite. For me, it's very important. I used to eat very slowly today because for me, I think it's very important. And I'm very worried for a long time, not now, for 15 years, I changed a lot my nutrients, foods. Like, for example, I used to eat everyday fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and healthy fats, something like this. So, And now I'm avoid a lot of things with sugar. I'm avoiding all of this because I need to think about diabetes in the future. Maybe I must to avoid this with restrict sometimes strict diets about this. And what else? What else? I think that's it. So you need to plan, just to finish, you need to plan your meals ahead of the time and to think about this and to think about your health.
Yeah, I think like when we are like getting older, we think more about the food that we eat, because like nowadays I'm too worried about the food that I eat, and in the past I was not. So
You're too young. You
yeah,
must
but
eat McDonald's, Pizza Hut, something like this all the time.
yeah, but I think we need to be worried about it, because like it can impact in our future. So, because like my grandmother, she has diabetes now, and she loves candy. So, and sometimes I am eating a candy and I want to like split with her, and she can't eat. So it's something that I'm worried about, because I really love candy, and I'm worried about like to spend my, I don't know, when I get too older, I can't like eat candy. So, and like talking about food, I want to know, is there a food that you can like eat, that you can like spend your whole life eating because you love this food? So, Jefferson, can you think about a food that you really love?
I don't know the name in English. Pudding. Pudding. I love pudding. Unfortunately, I must eat pudding. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. And you, Ricardo?
Well, I think as any kind of candy, I love. I love. Normally, I I have better results to avoid uh, fat food or junk food. Normally, for example, when I go to the mall, if my family, my wife and my child make an order on McDonald's or Burger King or any kind of junk food restaurants, and normally I just made a meal. So in this case, normally I prefer the rice and beans and a piece of chicken or salad, something like that. But when I finish my meal, normally I I request another dessert like ice cream or chocolate, some things like that. So my problem is the cans now. So
Yeah, very good.